Something you should know is that Dana White went on the Pat McAfee show and revealed that a cross-promotion super fight with Jon Jones and Francis Ngannou would never happen, putting the blame on Ngannou.
But how would that work? They would represent, like, as an agent of Francis Ngannou, and you would have...
It wouldn't work.
Okay.
It wouldn't work.
Okay. All right, I like it.
Francis was here. Jon Jones wanted that fight the whole time. We tried to make the fight with Francis. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Dana is currently looking to facilitate a Billionaire's MMA fight between Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk, with Elon Musk challenging Zuckerberg via Twitter and Zuck quickly accepting the challenge. Dana White appears to be very eager to host the circus show of an event, and he claims it is fun and everyone wants to see it. But Big John doesn't hold anything back when reacting to the news.
I think it would break pay-per-view records. 4-point-something million.
You think it's going to break that?
Yep.
These two guys, you think their people don't know how to steal stuff on the internet? That's all they do. How long ago was it that fucking Dana came out saying, we don't do gimmick fights? Dana's going to do what Dana can make money at. Okay, we don't do gimmick fights. Well, if that's not a fucking gimmick fight, I don't know what is. People have this idea that they want to see something. You don't want to see this. It's like watching old people fuck. You think you want to see it until all of a sudden it's in front of you, and you go, holy fuck, what am I looking at? Okay? You don't want to see this. Mark Zuckerberg taking a punch in the face. How do you think he's going to react?
God.
I don't give a shit if you're training with people. You can't. It takes time to learn how to frickin' take a shot. These guys are not going to fight. It's going to be an embarrassment. It would be the most ridiculous and stupid thing ever, and it would not break any records. Bullshit. Most people are going to give a fuck about it. It's dumb. It is an embarrassment that Dana would say that he's going to do it. It's a joke. Stop.
And I'm going to be honest. I bet I would almost be willing to bet that Elon would probably even put this thing up on Twitter for free. I think if they were both smart, which I think they obviously know, they'd probably try to host this thing on their own fucking sites. They would.
I'll tell you what, one of the best things that I've seen so far, I haven't seen it. I've seen it one way. I haven't seen it going in the opposite direction, but I've seen more fighters come out on Twitter telling Elon, hey, I'll help train you. I haven't seen one for fucking Zuckerberg yet.
John Jones. Jon Jones.
Oh, there you go. Okay, Jon Jones going with Zuckerberg.
That should tell you everything.
That should tell you everything.
Why would you do a pay-per-view with the UFC when you could do it on Instagram and on Twitter and push it out that way, and you could buy it on your own on their own platforms? And this would be an MMA fight. So this would be an MMA fight. So are we talking?
No, this would not be an MMA fight.
Why not?
This would be a nerd fight. This would be a fight between two people that don't know how to fucking fight.
With that said, a known enemy of Dana White, Ariel Helwani, shares his thoughts which may surprise you, and the undefeated Chael Sonnen predicts the pay-per-view numbers that this would generate.
I like to have fun. I'm a fun guy, right? I like pro wrestling as well. I don't mind this fight. So I think some people would be surprised to hear me say, I don't mind this at all. Here's the one issue I have with it. 2 weeks ago, Dana White said, we don't do gimmick fights here. We don't do Francis Ngannou against Anthony Joshua. That's not what we do here. The best fight the best. How can you say that and then be open to this?
Ariel, no, he doesn't do gimmicky fights. That's true. He doesn't do gimmick. He doesn't bring in the 500-pounder and the 180-pounder. Now, that doesn't mean that, to my point, of every now and then, we get to have fun. Sure we do.
Okay, so everyone needs to lighten up a little bit. How many pay-per-view buys do you think they legitimately sell?
Oh, you could for sure do 10 million.
10 million?
But Ariel, you could be closer to 20 and 25 because what I would predict is both of their companies would start some kind of a digital arm. So all of a sudden, I believe that Twitter would be hosting pay-per-views, and I believe Facebook would as well. Now you're talking, now you're talking 25 million. You just hear that? That's insane what I just said. You could do that if the business, if it shifted and changed a little bit. Sure, you could.
Isn't Musk much bigger than him? Like, there's got to be some sort of weight, right? Like weight class?
Pay-per-views are estimated to be in 73 million homes, to put in perspective for you. So if you had 15 million, like I just said, you have about, is off the top of my head, about 32% of the market. That's insane. That's an insanely high number, but yeah, all in, yeah. Right, you have the people watching, and then you have the sales. I think you were asking me about sales.
Yeah.
I'm more of the people watch, 6 people get together type thing.
That's fair. That's fair.
They only got 73 million homes, but yeah, it'd be massive, bro. Like, you can poke fun, and we can do whatever we're doing. We're kind of doing that with Musk and Zuck right now. But when Zuck entered a tournament agreeing to take on whoever else showed up, and he didn't know who that was, and he walked to the mat when they called his name to take on whoever else walked to to the mat, it put him in a different category. Like, the gig is up. He's in the club. That's just the truth.
Who do you think wins?
Well, Zuck is training. I don't know. I wouldn't think Elon called him out if he wasn't. I wouldn't think that Elon called him out unless Elon's also got the secret dungeon and has people,
this is crazy,
come in.
And
I know some heavy hitters that that have worked as Elon's security. Jake Ellenberger just comes to mind, but
wow, I didn't know that.
Went out to Texas and did a wedding that Elon, I think it was one of his kids. And so he's surrounded with those people. I don't know of any training, but I wouldn't, I would think that he must be doing some. I'm guessing.
And if you had any doubt that this fight will even happen, the New York Times has reported on Dana White saying he's in contact with both billionaires every day and was on the phone with them until 12:45 in the morning. He added, they both want to do it. Dana says that aided by advisors and negotiating behind the scenes, they are inching towards physical combat. Then Dana reveals that Elon Musk is not willing to cut any weight. He made that very clear, White says. I'm not going to lose any weight. Are we going to fight or are we not going to fight? Now, you've probably already seen Mark Zuckerberg learning jiu-jitsu from black belt and podcaster Lex Friedman. But then Lex rolls with Elon and is impressed with both his strength and skill. I did an impromptu training session with Elon Musk for a few hours yesterday. I'm extremely impressed with his strength, power and skill on the feet and on the ground. It was epic. It's really inspiring to see Elon and Mark doing martial arts, but I think the world is served far better if they train martial arts but not fight in the cage. That said, as Elon says, the most entertaining outcome is the most likely. I'm there for them no matter what. And now we have GSP offering his services to prepare Musk for the fight. At Elon, I'm a huge fan of yours and it would be my honor to help you and be your training partner for the challenge against Zuckerberg. Elon replies with, okay, let's do it. And now things have escalated even more with the Italian government offering up the Colosseum as a venue. TMZ reported on this, and after the news broke, the Ministry of Culture's office issued a statement denying formal contact and that the news is unfounded. But yet sources with direct knowledge confirm again that the ministry reached out to Zuckerberg and then the request was forwarded to Dana White, along with a follow-up call set for next week. The ministry say the event would have to be a non-violent challenge, which sources scoff at as the ministry first reached out because of the fight. So with everything seemingly a go, Elon's mother steps in to discourage the fight from happening. Elon jokingly replies with, "Mom, what are you saying?" So will this fight be the biggest illegally streamed fight in history, or will it just be a sad memory we try to forget? Leave your thoughts below, and until next time, take it easy.